Your 20s are often painted as a decade for exploration, fun, and figuring things out. But here's the harsh truth. If you spend them seeking comfort, you'll wake up in your 30s realizing that nothing substantial has been built. Comfort feels safe, but growth never comes from safety. Your 20s are a window of opportunity, a time when energy is high, risks are easier to take, and your future self can be shaped. Every decision you make now compounds into the life you'll live for decades. 10. Comfort creates stagnation. The first truth is simple. Comfort leads to stagnation. It feels safe to stay in your small circle, routine, or job, but your brain stops adapting. Growth happens when you stretch yourself. Learning new skills, tackling challenges, and taking risks rewires your mind and builds resilience. If you prioritize ease over effort, your future self will pay the price. Consider someone who spends their 20s binge-watching shows and avoiding challenges. By 30, they may feel lost, unfulfilled, and behind peers who spent those years building skills and networks. Comfort might feel good today, but it steals the potential of tomorrow. 9. Your energy is your advantage. In your 20s, energy and recovery are at their peak. You can work long hours, travel, take risks, and experiment without the responsibilities that often grow heavier with age. This energy should be invested in building skills, knowledge, habits, relationships, and experiences. The person who leverages their 20s intentionally gains a compounding advantage over those who prioritize comfort. Think of it like financial investment. Every hour you invest in skill building, networking, or personal growth now grows exponentially over time. Wasting this energy on passive comfort is like ignoring a bank account that compounds interest for decades. 8. Failure is easier to recover. From your 20s are the safest time to fail. Mistakes feel big now, but consequences are smaller than they will be later. Fail early, fail often, and learn faster. Comfort often comes from avoiding mistakes, but growth comes from embracing them. Every failure rewires your brain, builds resilience, and teaches lessons you can't learn in a classroom or from a book. For example, a friend of mine started a side business in her early 20s and failed within 6 months. Instead of despairing, she analyzed the mistakes, pivoted, and launched a successful venture by 25. The comfort of avoiding failure would have kept her in the same routine, with no growth. 7. Building skills. Beats. Instant gratification. Comfort often comes with instant gratification. Partying, binge-watching, or scrolling endlessly. Building requires delayed gratification. Your 20s are perfect for skill accumulation. Every hour spent learning coding, investing, writing, or mastering a craft compounds into expertise by your 30s. Skills earned now open opportunities for independence, wealth, and influence. The harsh truth? Comfort is cheap in the moment but costly over time. Skills and habits built in your 20s pay dividends for life. 6. Network and relationships. Matter. Your social circle shapes your opportunities, mindset, and growth trajectory. In your 20s, building meaningful relationships pays off more than comfort ever could. Seek mentors, ambitious peers, and collaborators who challenge you. Avoid passive friendships or networks that encourage mediocrity. Connections you build now often lead to career opportunities, partnerships, or lifelong growth. One story. A young professional spent his 20s attending events, joining communities, and helping others in his field. By 28, he had connections that accelerated his career, something impossible if he had prioritized comfort over networking. 5. Time is your most valuable asset. In your 20s, time is abundant but invisible. Each day spent in comfort is a day your future self loses. Unlike money, lost time cannot be earned back. Prioritize projects, learning, and growth experiences that will compound over decades. Early sacrifices create later freedom and impact. Consider someone who spends 2 hours daily learning a skill. That's 730 hours in a year, nearly a full month of time invested. By 30, that investment translates into expertise, opportunities, and confidence. Comfort now equals regret later. 4. Build habits, not just experiences. Your 20s are for creating systems, routines, and habits that shape the rest of your life. Comfort rarely encourages habit formation. Wake up early, exercise, read, journal, and take consistent steps toward long-term goals. Habits formed now are almost impossible to build later because life becomes busier. A young man I know spent a decade casually exercising and eating poorly. At 30, he struggled to build health habits. Another started small routines in his 20s, morning workouts, meditation, and journaling. And by 30, these habits were second nature, giving him energy, focus, and discipline. 3. Money and financial independence. Comfort often involves spending without building financial foundations. Your 20s are the ideal time to start saving, investing, and understanding money. Even small investments early compound significantly. Waiting for the perfect time or living entirely in comfort delays financial independence. Example: investing $200 per month from age 22 at a 10% return grows to nearly $120,000 by age 32, purely through consistency. Those who prioritize comfort often miss this exponential growth opportunity. 2. Mindset over circumstances. Comfort reinforces a passive mindset. Growth requires a proactive mindset, one that sees challenges as opportunities and discomfort as fuel. Your 20s are for developing mental toughness, resilience, and confidence. Every challenge you face now strengthens your ability to navigate the uncertainties of life later. A story. Someone I know moved to a new city alone at 23, leaving comfort behind. They faced rejection, loneliness, and failure, but built confidence, adaptability, and a growth mindset that propelled their career and personal life. Comfort never teaches these lessons. 1. Your future self will thank you. Finally, the biggest truth. Everything you build in your 20s compounds into your future life. Skills, relationships, habits, mindset, and financial foundations become the launchpad for your 30s, 40s, and beyond. Comfort feels good now, but costs your future potential. Building may feel hard, awkward, and uncomfortable, but the rewards are lifelong. Take action today. Work on your skills, relationships, health, and financial literacy. Embrace challenges. Fail, learn, pivot. The future you deserves the investment of your present. Conclusion. Your 20s are not for comfort. They are for building. Comfort is easy but costly. Growth, skill, resilience, and opportunity are hard but priceless. If you spend this decade wisely, the next decades of your life become exponentially easier and more fulfilling. If you waste it, you may spend the next decades catching up. Build, fail, learn, hustle, network, save, stretch, take risks. Every choice matters. And if this message inspired you to take action in your 20s and build your future, subscribe please.